If you've been playing pickleball for a little bit, somebody's probably told you don't change your grips during the point. Are they right? Do pros do it? In this video, I'm going to show you how I change my grip throughout the point, how other pros change their grips throughout the point, and whether that is right for you. Everybody has a primary grip, and what I define the primary grip as is what grip are you holding when you're in ready position at the kitchen. Generally, I'm in a continental, but everybody uses a slightly different grip. One thing I want to note before we start this video is there's a very big difference between actually changing around your grip and simply changing around the paddle angle. When most pros are up at the kitchen, we're actually changing our paddle angle around a little bit. When the ball's out in front of me, I'm generally going to close up that paddle face a little bit and hit with some topspin. If the ball gets pushed back behind me, I'm going to open up my hand position a little bit and get backspin on that ball. Once again, I'm still holding my primary grip, but with two very different outcomes.
Bro, get to the point.
All right. So the most important factor for changing your grips is how much time you have. How much time do you have to actually change the grip? And how much time are you going to have after you execute that shot? That's what determines when you can change your grip. First and foremost, we're going to start out with serves. When I'm serving, I have plenty of time to set up my grip ahead of time. I have plenty of time to adjust back to my primary grip after I hit that serve. So my primary grip from the kitchen is that continental grip. However, when I'm serving, what I like to do is actually use a semi-western grip here. What this does is it closes the paddle face up and allows me to brush up the back of the ball and get more topspin on this shot. Playing pickleball in pain sucks. So I have to say a huge thank you to Cameo, and I really like my Move Plus. It's helped me with some of those nagging injuries, as I mentioned, my wrist and my Achilles. If you're playing pickleball when your legs hurt, feet hurt, and wrist hurt, that's just a recipe for disaster and for not having a lot of fun. So I can actually thank Cameo and the Move Plus for bringing fun back to my pickleball game. If you're a skeptic of red light therapy like I was, Cameo has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So give it a try for 30 days, and if you don't like it, there's no risk to you, but I think you're gonna love it. Next up is Groundstrokes. So when I'm hitting Groundstrokes, again, I wanna be in the ideal position, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's my primary grip. For me, I have a lot of grit from this pickleball paddle, the Pro XR Signature, which allows me to close up the paddle face and hit a bunch of topspin. So when I'm hitting forehands from back here, if I'm hitting a drive, I'm generally gonna, again, be in that semi-western spot. And I still have plenty of time to come in and change my grip back to my primary continental. I actually hit my backhands over here with a continental grip as well. So from the baseline, I have a semi-western forehand and a continental backhand. And after I hit that shot and I start to move back towards the kitchen, I switch back to my primary grip. So next, when I'm in the midcourt, I'm generally going to be holding my primary grip. If I'm in this position, a lot of times it's because my opponents are smacking a ball at me. I don't have a lot of time to change to a strong backhand or a strong forehand grip. I'm going to hold my neutral primary grip from this midcourt position. What you'll notice here is that the lower the ball gets, the more I might actually be opening up the paddle face here. But I'm not really changing my grip. Oh, too good. Next up, we're going to talk about dead dinks. A dead dink is a floating dink that you're likely going to be attacking. On dead dinks, occasionally I will actually close up the actual grip rather than just changing the paddle angle of my shot. Again, this is in an effort to generate a little bit more topspin here. The pros of switching over the grip in this position is you can execute your shot a little bit better, but the con is if that ball comes back quickly, I might be stuck in this very forehand dominant grip and not be able to hit a great counter if David does get that over to my backhand afterwards. So You want to make sure that as soon as you finish this shot, you're changing back to your primary grip. Also, plenty of people speed up with the same grip that they use as their primary grip, just by changing the paddle angle. You don't have to change your grip to speed the ball up. It's an option, but know that there are pros and cons to doing it. The same thing applies when we're flicking the ball out of the air. Here's an example of how I actually attack the ball. I don't change my primary grip, I actually just change my paddle angle. Grip is still that same continental grip here. Some pros, however, actually do change their grip. They close up the paddle face to again allow them to brush up that ball and generate a little bit more topspin on these flicks. People that come to mind are Christian Alshon, Ben Johns, Mari Humberg, my teammate on the fives. Here we go, here's an example. Here we go, I ended up in a more of like an Eastern backhand grip here. Finally, you guys know my favorite shot. It's a shot that I think every single pro pickleball player is gonna be hitting 5 years from now. It's the Tomahawk shot, where we actually change our grip all the way over to semi-western to hit a inverted forehand, backhand, whatever you wanna call it. I call it the Tomahawk. I hit this shot when my opponents are back at the baseline because it gives me time to change my grip over and also change my grip back to primary after that. At the end of the day, my personal opinion is that you should not be changing grips until you are very dialed in on your different shots. Get very good at your primary grip, and then once you've gotten to your peak level at that primary grip, you can start to experiment with changing. But don't change grips before you are very, very comfortable hitting every shot in that primary grip of yours. If you're wondering what grips the pros use, check out the video down below. I broke down every single grip that pros are using and the pros and cons of all of them.